Flying doesn't have to mean discomfort. Whether it's a short hop or a long haul adventure, a few simple essentials can turn even an economy seat into your own little sanctuary in the sky. This is my ultimate airline comfort bag. Hey friends, welcome back. If you've ever been stuck on a long haul flight wishing you were just a little more comfortable, trust me, I've been there. That's why I never travel without my little airline comfort bag. It's seriously the best thing I pack, and today I'm showing you exactly what's inside. Everything I talk about today will be linked for you in a blog post below, so you don't have to go hunt anything down. And I also have my airport checklist linked there. It's a little printable I created to help keep things stress-free, and you can grab it in the shop if you want it for your next trip. So this is the bag, and I just love the organization inside. It's broken down into compartments. I'm going to go through each one of these with you guys. If you're a flying coach and you want more of a first class experience as much as you can get, you need these items. So these items are so important to me to be comfortable, because after a 14-hour flight, you are broken. I was broken. Like, my tailbone still hasn't recovered. So I have done a lot of flights and I know what I need. And I have a checklist that I check off when I get to the airport, and right when I get to my seat, I check everything off and I make sure I have everything set in place so I feel comfortable. There are other tips and tricks I'm going to be sharing with you guys that I have never seen anyone do, and I'm very excited about that. So definitely follow along if you're excited to learn some of my systems. And that's another thing I want to share with you guys. I feel like when I make these kits, I'm sharing you a part of my system, but a system is just important to have in place when there's people around you and you're finding your seat and you have kids with you and there's just a hustle and bustle. You need things in place to make you more comfortable, and I feel like I've mastered that. The bag is always the most important part, and I have a couple other items that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that are very important to have in addition to what's in this kit. The first item that I have is my seat cover. This is one of the first things that I do. I grab my seat cover and I blow it up and I sit it on my seat. Have to have this. This is one of those things, if I don't have this, I will pay for it later. They give you blankets and things, so if you don't have one of these right away, you can use those, but there's nothing like this. That is in the first zipper compartment. Another thing that I keep is this wraps over your tray, okay? And then you have these little pockets here, and I like putting my devices in here. I feel like when you get up to go to the bathroom or you set something on your seat, it gets lost. I've had like a phone of one of my kids slide under the seat and we had to go find it, and it's a nightmare. Even the last time my husband accidentally dropped his phone, we were in first class. You would think it'd be easier because there's giant seats. No, it was like harder to get to. It was difficult. So if you have something like this on your tray table, you can put your devices, your iPad, your phone. It's so much easier to slip everything into here, which I love this. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but it literally fits on your tray table perfectly. That's what this is designed for. If you like to color, I feel like you can put your markers and different things that like usually roll around everywhere, and you can slide them into here. When the tray goes down, you will have these pockets exposed, and it's tighter, so it's gonna hold everything in here really nicely. This is definitely a must-have. The next up item that is super important is this. This will help you sleep, you guys. Oh my goodness. So I have sleep gummies that I take that help me sleep, but I feel like the airplane is the hardest place to sleep. Even if you have noise canceling headphones, there's just a lot of stimulation with the sound of the engine and things going on. It's just hard to relax. Plus, if you're like confined in a small space, you don't have anybody on either side you can lean on, it's just uncomfortable. So this eye mask is a godsend. You put it around the seat. This hooks onto your seat behind you, okay? So that stays there, and then this goes like this, and then you can actually lean forward. So it holds you up so you can sleep. You have to try it, because I tried putting my legs up, I tried crossing my legs, doing all these things to sleep, and nothing beats this. So if you guys are in the market for a sleeping device, I know there's pillows and stuff, but I like that this is a lot smaller. I can kind of squish this down than a pillow. I know there's like blow up pillows. I've tried every pillow on the market, and I'm just not as big of a fan as I am of this. So the next two items I have are compression socks. I feel like these are so helpful, and I don't like to have my feet exposed. So if you're wearing sandals or you take your shoes off, I like putting different socks on. So these are in the same compartment as my foot sling. This is also a non-negotiable. You have to have a foot sling, especially if you're on the shorter side. It's just, it alleviates so much pressure off of your hips. This is probably, I mean, I need every single one of these items. I don't know if you can tell, but this is also a very important item for comfort. So if you have never tried a foot sling on an air flight, thank me later. Please let me know your experience and how things go with any of these items, because I really truly feel like I have mastered feeling as comfortable as possible. And this is one of those items that do it. Another item that I feel like I have to have, Theragun. This is a massage gun. When I was in Japan, I brought this. I feel like totally necessary. So if you're on a 14-hour flight and your hip starts hurting or whatever, you can literally turn this on. You can literally massage out your knots or your shoulder or whatever is causing you pain during your flight. And it kind of depends. Like if I'm cramming everything into a carry-on only, I may not. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm obviously not a minimalist when it comes to anything. I'm more of a maximalist, so I like having everything to make me feel comfortable. And if I have room, I am bringing this. This is such a good device to have. And if you're walking, like you're in Japan or something, and you're walking 16,000 to 30,000 steps, this bad boy on your feet at the end of the night, chef's kiss. Another thing that I have just upgraded this actually. This is a blanket. I don't always bring this with me unless I have room. I've had one for years and I saw this one. I'm like, oh, she's upgraded. She's more like velour or something. It has this little slot here so you can put it around the handle on your suitcase. And there's a little hook so you can hook it to your suitcase if you want to, or to your backpack. But the blanket is so nice and it's fluffy and it just is like more luxurious. So if you want like a different experience, this is the way to do it. What's cool is it also has a little blow up pillow. So you can use this for lumbar support. You can use that seat for the bottom and then you can blow this up and have some lumbar support, which I think is amazing. And you guys know I always have to show you how I organize everything back into the bag. I know some of you may be thinking that this takes up a lot of space, and I totally agree with you, but these are my non-negotiables. I want to be as rejuvenated when I get to my next destination as possible when I'm on a long haul flight. So these are absolutely worth it to me, and it's worth the room that they take up. The last thing I want to share with you guys is my shoes and slipper bag. Now in this bag, I have my slippers that I use for like the pool or a shower and I don't want to put my feet on the floor. I have these shoes. So I keep these in here as well because I just like having my bag already packed. These are only for traveling. And I always have to have slippers on me. I like to take my shoes off, put my compression socks on, and then slip my slippers on. So if I have to get up to go to the bathroom, I can use my slippers instead of walking barefoot on the floor, which is really gross. And then I stick my shoes in this thing if they fit, because then my shoes aren't rolling around and they don't get lost. Okay, that's everything I keep in my airline comfort bag. I'll have all the links for you in the blog post below. And remember, some of these sell out fast, so keep checking back. And if you like being organized like me, I got that airport checklist linked too. It just makes life a whole lot easier when you travel. I'll be showing you guys how I pack my full personal item bag next, so stay tuned for that. And let me know in the comments what your favorite airplane must-haves are. I'm always looking for new ideas. If you've made it to the end, leave me a heart emoji so I know you're a part of the travel fam that makes it to the end. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and until next time, I'm always your girl, Lorna Marie. Love you now.